All right, man. Let's talk about Bivol. My bad. Bivol versus Joe Smith Jr. and Artur Beterbiev. Winner is going down June 18th at the Hulu Theater at Master Square Garden. So they're not fighting in the big room. So Bivol and Beterbiev, it can't happen in Russia. So and then it can't happen in can it happen in the big theater, big room in Madison Square Garden? I ain't sure, but Joe Smith Jr. from New York, and he in a three belt unification at the small room. So just let you know, it's just light heavyweight is now the cruiserweight division, the new cruiserweight division, international, not a main American fighter, not a main American fighter right now. Um, so it's pretty much, without them being able to go back to Russia and fight, and Beterbiev ain't even a Russian citizen no more. Um, so I mean, where's that fight big at? If you Bivol, you do really want to get in there and fight, you know, Artur Beterbiev for short money, which you want to fight Canelo twice. Even if you lose, you getting life changing money. He should get more money in the rematch regardless. So I know Bivol, he probably be looking forward to fighting Canelo again because it's financially fruitful. It's financially fruitful, and like I said before, it's probably a better deal now. Pretty much, he already beat Joe Smith Jr. I believe that was back in HBO days. He beat him by unanimous decision before they became title holders. I believe it was. So when he beat him in 2019. So I'm not sure if that was ESPN or not. But that was in Turner Stone's. Um, So I don't know what TV, that was Maurice Hooker was on that card, Callum Johnson was on that card, Sergey Kuzmin was on that card, Otha Jones the third was on that card. What happened to him? He lost, just lost last year. He ain't been back since. So I mean, that might have been I don't know what card. That might have been the shot. I don't know what card it was. But yeah, he lost to Joe Smith. He beat Joe Smith Jr. I believe it was unanimous decision. Yep, unanimous decision. Wide 119, 109, 119, 109, 118, 110. So, and that was for his regular WBA regular title at the time. So it wasn't the real WBA title at the time. So, um, and like I said before, it's pretty much a him and Joe Smith Jr. and Better BF a good matchup. But that just let you know that names matter to a nice certain extent. Your name matter. You have a great fight, but to have a big three belt unification and do that in a small room in the Master Garden, a name matter. Name, skills you got to get there, conditioning you got to get there, but names matter. Names matter, and him and Better BF don't have a name, and Bivol now he got a name for himself, and now he can do whatever you want to do. He can, ask Caleb Plant, Bivol, Charlo, they want to come up. He can take another route to get more revenue. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said before, Joe Smith Jr., he already beat him. He 32 years old. Nobody thought, he'd be here or losing early in his career multiple times. Um, and now he a world champion, even though I didn't think he won that title fight versus old boy. I think he had maximum loss, whatever. But, he had a great performance versus Alder Alvarez. I think he had another great performance versus Jesse Hart. I don't know how that was a split decision. So like I said before, it's interesting. And you talking about Better BF. He 37 years old. Probably be 38 real soon. Only 17 fights since turning pro in 2013. So he turned mid 2013. So next year, yeah, he had 10 years in the game, and he ain't even got. He probably won't even have two fights for each 10 years. So he was originally with Al Heyman. Said he had never met him, but the checks was good. The contract, he said the checks was good. That's all he was concerned about was his money was right. And he's not the biggest guy, 5'11" and a half, 7. Well, he's not the tallest or rangiest guy in the world. But 5'11" and a half, 73-inch arms. He fighting out of Canada now, and we already know what he understand what he is. I don't think he get enough credit for his boxing ability, cutting the ring off, getting on the inside, working freely on the inside. And he's a strong guy, And at 37 years old, you gotta, wonder how many more years he got left. But then 37 is 37, but then you look, he only got 10 fights. So he might have enough room to go up the cruiserweight and make some money. So, but him and Bivol, him and Joe Smith is a good fight, but can Joe Smith take the punching? Can he take the punching power? Is the question. We know Bivol can outclass Joe Smith Jr., so that's really don't need to talk about. But you look at Joe Smith Jr., he got 3 losses and 2 of them come by KO. 2 of them came in a 3-fight span. Sullivan Barrera, Bivol, he got stopped early in his career. He got stopped early in his career. So to Eddie Camarero, and he ain't nowhere now. But who knows what he's going through? But Bivol and Beterbiev is the Bivol and Beterbiev is the hot fight. That's the hot fight. And like I said before, Bivol. A lot of people thought Bivol was avoiding that fight, and it did look like it. But then again, you look at it, he played the waiting game. He played the waiting game, and he waited, and he got a Canelo fight. Now, if Canelo foolish enough to go immediately back in the fight, why would I take a chance with Beterbiev? Especially after Bob Arum came on and said I'm boring and they wasn't interested in that fight. Well, you said you weren't interested in that fight, and I was a boring fighter. So, like I said before, Bivol, Bob Arum said that. So, Bivol, he can use that and say, well, you know what, y'all ain't got enough money for me. I wouldn't blame him if he didn't want to fight him. So, but Beterbiev and Bivol, that's a premier matchup. That's a premier matchup. You probably won't find too many better matchups. You got Bivol, who a boxer, puncher, put emphasis on puncher and boxer. He's a really good boxer, puncher. And you got Beterbiev, who can box, but like to get on the inside. It's all about can Bivol keep Beterbiev? Can he offset Beterbiev all night? And people say, well, he's robotic, and man, like I said before, can he offset him? And that's the question. Bivol would have to back him up like he did Canelo, but that's easier said than done. It's just Beterbiev is just he's just consistent. He's smart. You know what I'm saying? And don't like he really trying to punch you hard. He just got natural thump. And people just keep sleeping on him. I don't know why, bro. Because he ain't flashy and none of that, man. He just strong, consistent. He got a really, really good jab, especially when he throw a hard power jab. It's like his fastest punch he throw. And I don't think Bivol, just because you beat Canelo Alvarez, I don't think Bivol can hang with Beterbiev. Just be honest. He might be winning some rounds, and Beterbiev start off slow. But when he start hitting Dmitry Bivol, that's going to be the question. If Bivol can take the shot, it's going to be interesting. But, he took some rounds off versus Canelo. And think about Beterbiev, guys like Tim Smith, Tim Zhu, Kasa son, they don't waste no energy, bro. They're very patient. They pick their shots. They heavy-handed. And, people just don't see the flashing hand speed. But it's like Golovkin. Golovkin ain't nothing really special about Golovkin. But he's smart. He got good power. So it's gonna be interesting. That's it really for Beterbiev, the premier matchup was him versus Kovalev because they got history in the amateurs and Kovalev said they robbed him and this, that, and the third. But this Bivol will suffice. John David Jackson said he didn't think Andre Ward was gonna be the one that beat Kovalev when he was training him. He said he thought it was gonna be Artur Beterbiev. And now Bivol and Beterbiev the matchup, and they can't even fight at Russia because of what's going on. So they heard about this, and Bivol said that he was surprised that when they announced his place, where he was fighting out of, they said he was fighting out of California. He said he was shocked, but I guess nobody told him, so they didn't want to announce he was from Russia. They fought hard, against Vitaly Klitschko, saying he shouldn't be sanctioned. the WBA sanctioned him what's going on in Russia. But I mean, you know, Eddie Hearn said he fighting out a big bear now. He don't like really go back to Russia or nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on, but nonetheless, this is probably the best matchup to make in boxing. Yep, this is the best matchup to make in boxing. Just from a pure boxing standpoint, it's the best. You know, you know. But like I said, I don't blame Dmitry Bivol. Go get another Canelo payday. If you don't want to fight him, I understand. I understand, but it ain't a expensive fight to make. You pay them both $5 million. Should they be happy with that if they even get that? But this is the best match to make in boxing. From a boxing standpoint of view, forget the business. Forget the concessions, the parking tickets, the tickets, all that. Forget all of that. It's the best fight to make in boxing from a pure boxing standpoint of view. But I'm rolling with Beterbiev. But yeah, Bivol definitely got what it takes to hang Jermaine. It probably win. But let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notification. We go live, drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Check out the boxing news playlist. I guess that's what it would be. I don't have a light heavyweight playlist. Financially, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Outside of that, man, hit my link tree. You can find me everywhere from Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. The link tree is the first link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Appreciate everybody. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.